This video will demonstrate a typical case flow through the online divorce lawyer software for California lawyers. What you're looking at here is the client login portal on Online Divorce Lawyer. Robert I. Powell is not a real attorney. We use this just for demonstration purposes. If you sign up for Online Divorce Lawyer service, you will get a client login portal that looks like this, except of course it will have your own logo, your own coloration, photograph, content, anything that you want to put on this page. When your initial phone call or web form comes in from an interested divorce consumer, you'll conduct the same triage or strategy session that you have always conducted with first callers. If you then determine that this is likely an uncontested divorce, which is what Online Divorce Lawyer is built to handle, then you would quote that consumer the package that fits his or her circumstances in terms of children, property, etc. And once they have retained you, although perhaps on a pro se basis, and once they have paid you, they would come to this page. So for example, if you use PayPal as a payment processor, this would be the page that you would automatically send your recent signups to after they have signed up and paid. Additionally, a pretty good idea to place one or two custom buttons at strategic locations on your firm's website and enable your clients to click on those buttons and come to this page so that they can log in. You would call those buttons Client Login Portal or something like that. Before I begin to demonstrate how to create an account, I do also want to show, because it's good to have your hands on whenever you're learning any new software. It's good to get your hands on that software and play around with it. This is the top page of the onlinedivorce.lawyer website. All of this, of course, is business to consumer. You can come here and take a look at this and feel free to use any of it once you have signed up. Click on the lawyer page link, and that will take you to the lawyer page where all of this content is, of course, business to business. So you can come back and take a look at this if you want. Some interesting stuff in here, I believe. We have two basic pricing options. One of them is called basic, the other is premium. The main difference between these two options, you can see they're both $50 per created client account. The main difference is that premium comes bundled with the 1-800-DIVORCE telephone number and brand, the best legal brand in the world in my view. Most of California has been taken. There are a couple of area codes that are still available for 1-800-DIVORCE, but most of the state has been taken and was taken quickly. So we'll continue down here. That's me. If you want to come and read about me, you can do that. But I want to get to the bottom of the page here where we have access to one of our sandbox accounts, which enables you to log in either as the client or as the lawyer, play around, edit data that's already in there, download fully prepared California or local county documents either in batch mode or single document mode. I'll be showing you all of this in this video, so but this is something you can do yourself. This is the client login portal. This is the lawyer login portal. They look the same, but the lawyer login portal does have other words on the end over here that don't show up in this box. So go to this URL, enter this user ID and the client password to log in as the client. Go to this lawyer login portal enter the same user ID, but this time the lawyer password to log in as the lawyer. Okay, back to the client login portal. Place your cursor over the footer. You can see that it's a link. Click on that link and it will take you to the aforementioned lawyer login page. Likewise, drop to the bottom. The footer again is a link. Click on that link and it will take you to your account creation page. This first item here defaults to petitioner, but Online Divorce Lawyer works equally well with respondent cases. Linked accounts are not active yet. They are part of our upcoming Online Divorce Mediation Lawyer software as a service. So we're going to leave that as petitioner. Here you would enter your ODL lawyer password. I think that was Bob1234. You control all access to client accounts by the assignment and perhaps later on, if appropriate, the modification of client passwords. So I'm going to enter a real low security password twice. I'll enter my email account there. Again, the last item here defaults to a pro se case. If you click the yes button, it's full representation. You can change that later in the case through the control panel, which I'll also show you shortly. And then Online Divorce Lawyer will print you out a fully prepared substitution of attorney. Okay. Create your client's Online Divorce Lawyer account, and that happened that quickly. Here is the new user ID. Here's the high security password I used, and here is the client's email account for the receipt of an account opening email that has the login data as well as a link to that client login portal. In fact, I should be able to show you that now. Yeah, this is the client's copy of the account opening email. You can see the same user ID, password, email. This is a link back to that client login portal. No email goes to your client from ODL that does not also go to you. Whatever Robert I. Powell's email address is, he'll be receiving a copy of this email at the same time. Okay, we're going to continue to first Online Divorce Lawyer account login. That's the familiar client login page. We are not going to log into the account that I just created because, of course, it's empty. If I can remember the password to this sandbox account, we're going to log in as the client. This is what your client will see. This, of course, is a sandbox account, so it's full of data. It's ready to begin downloading. Every time your client logs in, there'll be an appropriate welcome message up here, instructions here with the best steps forward highlighted in yellow. Let's see. This is the client menu. This is the page-by-page list of interview pages. When each page has been completed, a check mark will go into the box adjacent to it, so you can always tell where you are in the process. Basically, two ways for your clients to maneuver through this interview. By the way, I should also say, on the very first client login, this link here says begin interview, not continue interview. So she would click on begin interview and it would take her to the first interview page, which is the client's name, relationship type, and points of contact. So the two ways to maneuver are basically top to bottom, step by step. I can see that whoever was in here last deleted that phone number. It's supposed to be a phone number in there. I'll use that to demonstrate something in a moment. Basically, two ways to maneuver, either top to bottom in the interview by clicking one of the next buttons. Every interview page has two next buttons, one top and one bottom. When you click that next button, it checks to make sure you've completed the page, and if you have not, it will tell you what's missing. If you have, then it will save all of that data and move you to the next interview page in the sequence, which would be my spouse partner's name. So I'm going to check the bottom next button here. And sure enough, because someone had removed this phone number right there, it tells me here what's missing. And it also shows me down here with an asterisk what is missing. So I'm going to enter just any old junk phone number there. Click the next box again. Everything is complete now, so no error messages, and it takes you to the next page in the sequence. The second way for your client to maneuver through this interview is by jumping around. The system enables as much jumping around as possible, but it's somewhat limited because as you get to some of these interview pages at the bottom of the list, they rely more and more on data entered by the client at the top. So if your client encounters such a situation, she'll be told up here in a red error message, slow down, we're not able to process this page. You have to go back to the marriage statistics and children of the marriage page, complete data there, and then come back to this page. So your client can jump around, and typically what happens is as soon as people see these child custody and child support pages, they automatically and immediately go to those pages, and you can't really do that effectively without filling in some of these pages at the top. Okay, now we think that we are reasonably close, right, to the end of our interview. All these boxes have check marks in them, so we can either come here and click on Check My Interview, or a little easier if you've just logged in, if you click on Continue Interview, it will either take you to the next page in the list that needs attention, or if all of the pages are complete, it will take you to the interview check page. What's going on here is three different things. Number one, it checks to make sure all of your interview pages are complete. We were pretty sure they were. Secondly, any time critical issues in my case. These are relatively rare. Maybe the best example would be if you have a 17-year-old minor child 2 weeks away from his 18th birthday. It'll tell you that here just in case you want to hold off on filing your petition for that 2 weeks so that you don't have to list that child of the marriage as a minor child. Thirdly, it checks to make sure that certain critical issues have not changed since you completed your interview. Now, you might have finished this interview, or your client might have finished this interview 30 seconds ago or 30 days ago. Whatever the case may be, it checks to make sure these critical issues are still intact, and if nothing has changed, you just put a check mark in that box. Proceed to attorney document review. This tells your client that you have been activated and told that she is ready to proceed and to have those documents downloaded and reviewed by you, possibly with a further strategy phone call at that time. Okay, we're going to go now to the lawyer login, and we're going to log in as the lawyer. 29176, I think that was. Bob 1234. You'll notice that there are two potential logins, one to the control panel, which is sort of a bird's eye view of the case, the other to the download panel for obvious download of fully prepared documents. Doesn't really matter which one we log into, because whichever one we log into, it's a one-click jump to the other. I'll just click on Login to Control Panel. This is the bird's eye view of the case. All kinds of data here and indications. This is a recent upgrade. Now you don't ever need to leave the control panel. You can actually enter another current user ID right here. Click on that, and it would load that other user ID data into this control panel. Used to be you had to log out, log back in. Now you never need to leave the control panel. These are all the interview pages. You have direct one-click access to them. All different types of data here. Some of the more critical issues you can actually change right here in the control panel, and then you'll see save buttons here to save the data that you just changed. There's a what if game that you can play here with child support. All kinds of stuff in the control panel. You can see that first batch is ready. The client interview has been completed. We'll jump right over to the download panel, and this is similar, of course, to the client login welcome page, but there are additional features. This is a most important one, case stats. Basically what you do to complete an ODL case is just to complete this information in sequence here, and when you get to enter the date of entry of judgment, you're done. So you would just enter the next case data in the sequence, click on Save Case Stats, and that automatically moves you to the next step. Okay, we're going to go and look in the control panel now. I should have pointed out before that when we were in the interview, this link here said intentionally left blank. So now it is the document download section. 3 batches of documents. You can select them up here, or you can use this drop-down list here. 3 batches in most cases, of course. The first filing batch gets you a case number and a date of filing. The second batch is the service of process batch, plus the petitioner's preliminary disclosure. Third and final batch is the default or judgment batch of documents. We'll go ahead and just click up here. First batch, petitioner's first filing. You can download suitable for physical filing or for e-filing. Main difference is this produces 3 copies of each document. This produces 1 copy. So we'll go ahead and click on that. You can see how fast that is. This illustrates, this is a Kern County document, so it illustrates that these documents are California documents as well as local county. Everything, as you, I hope, will see, everything is fully prepared, accurately prepared, no mistakes, ready to be signed and filed at court. And of course, if your package offered e-filing in a county that accepts e-filing, then you would want to take care of that at that time. The software is extremely versatile, and your client will be able to make whatever requests of the court. Hopefully her spouse partner will agree to. Okay, so that is the first batch. I want to show you now single document download. Let's say that you have downloaded the first batch and the office dog eats the petition. You don't have to download the whole first batch again. You can go to first batch, single doc download, click on petition, click on download the form, and that's how fast it is. What else I do want to show you the marital settlement agreement. All of these documents here are downloaded in the popular Adobe PDF format. Our marital settlement agreement and stipulated judgment are downloaded in probably what is the more popular Microsoft Word format. So they are eminently editable and changeable either by you or by your client, hopefully with input from yourself. Right, so this is what the MSA looks like. Enable editing. You have to click on enable editing, and there is the 4-page marital settlement agreement, quite a short one. Let's see, that is, I think, everything that I wanted to show you. And I do thank you for watching and viewing. I hope that this has been helpful in enabling you to make up your mind about online divorce lawyer software. If you are ready to proceed and interested in looking a little more closely, I will set up a custom white label demo for you. Just like the Robert I. Powell demo, it'll have all of your logos, your coloration on it, and you'll be able to have that and use it. No obligation on your part, no cost. Takes me about 20 to 30 minutes to set up a custom demo, and I'd be happy to do that for you. So once again, thank you for listening and watching.